Hello, lovely souls. My name is Elizabeth, and welcome to my channel. Here on my channel, we like to embrace the chaos. Chaos that's either going on inside us or what's going on around us. So I want to start off by saying thank you for all of those that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you for those that share the space with me at this time. These are timeless readings. Also, I want you to know that not every one of my readings are going to be for you specifically. I read for a variety of things, meaning I read from anything from soul growth to spiritual warfare into the 3D mundane. So just because this particular reading or another particular reading does not apply to you doesn't mean that there won't be one in the future that will apply to you. Okay? So, you know the rules of tarot. You take what resonates and you leave what does not. If it doesn't apply, then we simply let it fly. Flip it, switch it, stick it. But we don't force anything to fit in any type of way. And without further ado, let's jump in and see what's going on with you. So, as I shuffle these cards, I seem to be tapping into someone that has some fears. And those fears are associated with an upcoming storm that lies ahead. So, we're anticipating some kind of upheaval. You have strength. You're very, very strong, noble. You're someone with a lot of integrity, a lot of strength, a lot of passion. You have been trudging a very difficult road. So by the next new moon, you should have a new beginning. The fears are associated with something that comes along with that new beginning. Whether or not you have the strength and courage to have that new beginning, yes, you do. Yes, absolutely. You may have to sacrifice something. You may have to give up something in order to have this new beginning. You're receiving messages, whether they're from this reading or other readings. You're receiving messages along the way to help you understand what choice you need to make here. You feel bound to something. What do you feel bound to? You feel like your hands are tied and you can't move. Any direction you go, it's going to cause some kind of pain. Why do you feel that way? So you feel bound to some kind of like earthian domain. Like this could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be a home. We're feeling like we're bound, that we can't release ourselves from something here. You've been a little bit too loyal for too long, is what I'm saying with that loyalty card. So you question your loyalty. You need to release this. Because as you know, you can't receive. There's the dichotomy. Okay, Spirit's going to help us here. We're unlocking the truth. So you feel very bound. You've been loyal to this venture, this thing that you feel bound to for entirely way too long, and you're needing to set yourself free. Your soul is urging you to allow yourself to feel liberated, to release yourself from the earthly things. This could be materials, job, people, places. There's something here that you're needing to release. The dichotomy is the back and forth, but it also is the darkness that we bring into the light, and the light that we bring into the darkness. So you could be being my throat chakra, you can be struggling to communicate something. As I'm seeing this, you could be being a little bit on the pessimistic side. You could be a little bit on the dark side of thinking when it comes to whatever this that has you bound, that has you constricted. There's something we're needing to examine. We're needing to bring either the light to it. Sometimes we have to bring the light to the darkness in order to see it. So there's something here that we're needing to sit with, and we're needing to understand what it is truly that we're loyal to. What is it that we're truly loyal to? What are we standing by? Are we standing up for something that we truly believe in? Do you really honestly believe that you are meant to be in the position that you're at right now? Obviously not, when your soul is urging you to be set free. You know, in all the history books, you'll notice over time, and sometimes it happens every 100 years, sometimes 1,000 years, history repeats itself. So there's something in the past. And we have travel. This could either be spiritual or physical. So I kind of feel like this is something that is spiritual. Now this can be physical. When I say it's spiritual, we're needing to sit with this energy that we feel bound to and think back and look at the things that's got us to this point. What has progressed us? And we keep repeating history. Okay? If this is in a spiritual sense and you need to return to something, you could possibly need to travel back to a specific place where something happened, something significant happened that you feel bound to, that you need to release, that causes this dark mind, this back and forth energy, this indecision. It's indecisive. This energy is it is controlling. And when you return back to this place, now like this could be a childhood home. Sometimes that's not as easy, you know. Sometimes we sell our childhood homes and we can't return there because now somebody else owns that property. Honestly, what would it hurt to walk up to the door and knock on the door and just say, hey, I was raised here and I was wondering if I could take a look around just for old time's sake. What's the worst they can do? Spank you and take your birthday away? Tell you no? That's the worst they can do. But you got to realize in that time, your soul is able to retrieve that part of itself that it's needing to retrieve, and I feel like that's the case. Needing to go back And if you can't go back because you've moved completely to a different state, different country, whatever, that is fine. You can spiritually travel to that place. You sit in deep meditation, put yourself back in that time and place, feel that time and place, and allow yourself to retrieve what it is that needs to be retrieved, whatever it is that's hidden from you. It's not really hidden from you. You just need the light shown on it. And you're struggling to allow yourself Let's pull some tarot and see. Shut the door here. Spirit guides, ancestors, spirit guides of my soul tribe here, for whoever this message is for, thank you for the messages we are about to receive. Strength, please. Yep, that's retrieving. The Four of Cups is about retrieval of the energy. This can also be about apathy. This can also be about being distracted, because if you notice, this guy's just under this tree and he's kicked back and he's not even seeing this white horse back here. He's completely consumed in thought. He's a bit of a daydreamer here. But I feel like with this Four of Cups and the Sun, because the Sun is about feeling the sun, this is about happiness, this is about achievement, this is about success, and it's also about illuminating. And I feel like it has something to do possibly with our confidence or with our fiery energy, our passion. What is this Four of Cups? Let's see. Tell me about the Four of Cups, please. So traveling back to this place, you're going to be able to see something from a different point of view, because of the lessons that you've learned up until this point is going to allow you to see something differently than as opposed to how you have seen it in the past or back during that time when you were experiencing whatever this experience was for you. Tell me about new beginnings. Man, they don't want me to talk. Somebody does not want me to talk. Well, I'm here to tell you. Pick the wrong gal. We have the Four of Pentacles with the Five of Wands. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. You're holding yourself back because of whatever this is. There's a path here that you're needing to take in order to go in towards this new beginning, but because you need to make this different perception view so that you can retrieve a part of yourself. This is about the retrieval of part of the self here. I truly believe that. And it has something to do with your confidence. So, during childhood, I feel like you didn't get a lot of guidance. You were left to fend for yourself. You were also left to fend for others, other siblings. And some of you even basically turned out to be the parent and was parenting the parents. There's something here that'll trigger a major shift, but you're holding yourself back because of the Five of Wands. Well, tell me about the Five of Wands. What are you stressed out about? What are you worried about? stressed out about saying something or accepting something, possibly about a role model or someone in your life, a King of Wands energy. Needing to express what it is you truly want, and expressing that and putting that out there could hurt others. And because you've taken on the role at a very young age as being a role model to others, or helping others, or being there for others, or taking care of others, you have forgotten how to take care of yourself. I say forgotten for a reason. Because you have completely forgotten who you were or who you are as an individual. So you set yourself aside, you set your wants aside, you set your needs aside, you set everything aside for someone else. And it's time that you stop doing that, accept the truth for what it is, and go after what it is you want. And that's this new beginning. Set this drama, this internal struggle, these things that you're going back and forth about, set them aside. They are just things that allowed you to cope when you were younger. It's the things you said to yourself because you weren't getting the guidance that you should have gotten from a parent. You probably had an absent parent, either both parents, one parent. You didn't have the adequate what is the word? They're trying to give me a word here. Well, with that Ace of Wands, I'm seeing direction. So, what you witnessed is not the way, and you know this. This is the thing about it. You know that what you witnessed growing up is not the way that life is meant to be taken. It's not the way it's meant to be perceived. You're fully aware of that with that King of Swords there. But you still lack confidence in yourself. And I'm here to tell you, there's nothing you should fear. There's nothing you should fear. Because if you can take care of yourself at a young age and then take on the responsibility of a parent and parent your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, and your parent, you already have all the information you need to be able to parent yourself. And I feel like that's where you're at, is that you're now learning that we have to put that energy back under ourselves. We've extended it out far enough. We need to retrieve our energy. That's the Four of Cups. That's retrieving. That's sitting and pulling back your energy. Pulling back that fiery energy so that you can go in the direction that you want to go. Tell me about this bondage. Thank you. We have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Judgment. The Knight of Swords. I get it. I understand. You lack direction, or growing as a young one. As a young one, picture yourself as a young one. We're going to travel together back to this time. Picture yourself as a young one. You didn't have direction from a reliable source, or someone that you can depend on, someone that was in your corner to tell you and give you the credit that you needed to understand that you were doing right, or when you were doing wrong, hey, no, let's try this, the reason. You didn't have that. And because you didn't have that direction, and because you weren't allowed to take the direction and control of your own life because you were too busy handling the responsibilities of your parent to manage yourself and the household and the things going on around you, you now struggle with direction, what path to go in, because you're not sure, because you didn't get those attaboys, you didn't get those pat on the backs, you didn't get those moments of reassurance that you were doing the appropriate thing. You just did what you thought you could do. You always have to keep in mind as well, when you're dealing with things from the past, you have to understand that you cannot attach adult motives, adult's way of thinking to a child, and you can't attach a child to adult's motives and adult's way of thinking. It doesn't work the same, because the lessons that you have learned now as an adult are completely different than what you were a young child. Those were the beginning years. Those were the times when you was supposed to have had a loving, caring parent, a mother and a father that was there for you to teach you the dualistic roles of each parent, the feminine and the masculine. And I feel like a lot of you here was raised by a feminine and her masculine energy, but a very distorted, very cruel, we'll just leave it at that. Very, very toxic. Her relationships were very toxic. So she never really brought in anything of substance that would actually help you evolve and grow as a child. Granted, she was learning her own lessons. She could have possibly done better. Just saying. And for those that part doesn't resonate for, just don't take it, okay? That's all, babes. Anyways, back to what I was saying about the bondage. You felt bound to the belief that you couldn't have what it is you wanted out of life. You couldn't have that dream job. You couldn't go to school and graduate. You couldn't go to college and have, the career you wanted. You couldn't do the things that you wanted, that you had planned on, that your soul wanted to do, because of what you were bound to at home. Because you didn't have someone rooting you on, cheering you on, and guiding you in the right direction. So with this lack of direction, you've been walking aimlessly through the world for how many years? A very long time. Yeah, you've had some good moments where things have come up and you've actually was at the right place at the right time. But wouldn't you like to be in a place where you're always in the right place at the right time? You can't be there every single minute, but you can be there a hell of a lot more than you've been there sporadically every once in a while. And that's what your soul is trying to get you to do. Your soul is trying to get you to see that, to free yourself, to allow yourself to know that you can do whatever it is you want to do. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. Remember that passion that you had when you wanted to learn how to ride a bicycle, and it was everything you had to do, and you did it. You did it no matter what. You wasn't going to let it, no matter how many times you fell, no matter if anybody was there to teach you or not. You figured it out, and you did it. It's that passion that you need to tap back into in order to go in the direction that you want to go. Chills. Tell me about this transition. The star. The Nine of Swords. You fear success. There's fears and anxiety and worry about what others will think. Who cares? There's fears and anxiety and worry about whether or not you're going to fail. So what if you do? Get up and you go at it again. You're a survivor. You've made it up until this point. You didn't go through everything you went through to not go after and get what it is you are meant to have, what you were meant to do from day one. Don't stay bound to the things in the past and keep allowing history to repeat itself. Go after what it is you want. Don't allow these fears to prevent you from attaining and being successful. Don't allow fears to come in and take away the small successes and the small victories that you've overcome. Don't allow that to happen. Don't. Let's talk about this loyalty. We have the Magician. We have the Ten of Wands. The Hierophant. The Lovers. The Two of Pentacles. This is the divine union between in the self, the masculine and the virgin. Why did I say the virgin? This would be definitely something that would be new. It's so, yeah, I guess it would be like popping that cherry. Going after what you want. You worry about things, but you've picked yourself up how many times? How many times have you picked yourself up, dusted yourself off, and just kept going? Don't stay down this time. Don't stay down this time. Look, get yourself up at this time. Let your soul lead you. Let your higher self lead you to where it is you truly desire, because there's nothing that can hold you back. Yeah, so what? You still have to play the game. Caught up in the matrix. However it resonates for you. You still have to, do the mundane things that you've always done. But you need to do it with passion and a goal. What is your goal? What is it you truly want? Set your intention on going that way. Always envision yourself in that place going that way. Because what I'm seeing is the masculine and the feminine within are finally coming back together. They are coming back together and they are in agreement. They reach the whole purpose of any of this, any of the spiritual journey, is to bring those two back together. Is to understand both of their roles. Allow them to guide you and lead you to where it is you want to truly go. That is the entire process. It is difficult. There's many things that we have to go through, but it's about reaching this point. And you're reaching a point now where the masculine and the feminine within are making a decision off of the lessons. You're manifesting things in great way. You're just needing to allow the two to make the decision. Let's talk about this dichotomy. Ooh. The dichotomy comes in because we're blocking our intuition. You're blocking the high priestess. Why are you blocking the high priestess? That's what the dichotomy does. The back and forth means you're not listening to your intuition. You're allowing the shadow side to take what you know to be true within yourself, within the core of yourself, deep down, that core part of yourself. You're overriding your intuition that is telling you it's okay to take this step. It's okay to go in this direction because of the fears. We're worried. Now, this is just a general reading on YouTube. But I'm here to tell you, the moves that you are about to make are going to change your life in a major way. This is not something that's going to happen tomorrow. This is not something that's going to happen next month. You're going to start seeing small changes. It takes time to be able to create and manifest, get everything in alignment within the universe, get all your ducks in a row. You've heard that saying, get all your ducks in a row. This is about getting all your ducks in a row, getting all your everything in alignment so that you can go in that particular direction and go towards what it is and actually obtain it. Don't veer off. That's what temptation, the devil does, is to come in. That devil energy is to come in and to get you off course, because That's what the ego does. It disguises itself. It's a trickster energy to disguise itself to make you believe, oh, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to save you from this, that, and the other. Okay, you know what? That happened years ago. I thank you. I thank you for what you did for me then, but that is not needed now. I'm not that person. Whether it's something that happened 2 months ago or something that happened 2 years ago, 10 years ago, it doesn't matter. You're not that person anymore. You have learned new lessons. And now it's about taking those lessons, taking that strength from the knowledge that you have, the High Priestess. Stop blocking your intuition. And move in discretion. You don't tell people your moves. You don't tell them what your plans are, because you don't need the evil eye. You don't need that energy that comes in, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're listening to any of my readings, you're fully aware of your surroundings and the people around you. You know when somebody's giving you the evil eye. Even if you don't know who it is or where it's coming from, you know when you're receiving the evil eye. So if people know what you're doing, and they aren't the type, they hear from so-and-so down the street that you're fixing to do this, they're going to sit over there and they're going to mill about it and they're going to think about it, because they're too chicken shit to get up and do it themselves. Okay? Just saying. So they're going to send the evil eye. They're going to send negative energy your direction. And if you are, I don't like labels, y'all. I don't. That's why I like to embrace the chaos. Whatever the chaos is. It's chaotic energy that's coming your way. Things start going awry. Things start going wrong. You don't understand why this is happening. Da, da, da. Either you have become out of alignment, or you have a naysayer that is thinking about you. So say that you're working. Let me give you a prime example. I've been pulling hay off the field for the better of 2 or 3 days. My tractor, my brand new tractor, goes in limp mode, and I can't get it out of limp mode. I call the dealership, and there's a long line of people in front of me. They're not going to be able to get to my tractor for a while. I've got to get this hay off the field. And so I tell the gentleman, I said, look, I have to have my tractor up and running. I have to get this off the field. He says to me, well, go ahead and I'm going to call you back. So he calls me back and he tells me what to do, how to fix it. Well, I fix my $100,000 tractor. I get back on the road. I get back to working, right? Well, I was sitting there when I was picking up hay after all this had happened, and I was asking my guides, well, why did this happen? What happened? How did things get out of alignment? Am I doing something wrong? What is it I've done? And they told me, no. That's just it. You are in alignment. That's because there are others in my environment, in my surroundings, whether it be on YouTube or somewhere else, that doesn't like what I'm doing. And it's just a little hiccup that you will have to combat. But it does not mean that it's not meant for you to go that way, because the feeling behind it wasn't that I had done anything wrong. Okay? I hadn't done anything wrong. I hadn't gotten out of alignment. I hadn't changed my course corrected. I didn't need a course correction. I didn't change my view. I didn't change my goals. I hadn't changed anything about the direction that I was going in. My plans are still the same, whether it's day-to-day basis or long-term plans. I'm still going in that same direction. I hadn't done anything, like I said. So it's about really understanding where the intuition is talking and where it's not. And that's been something that's been going on. I see it periodically in the readings. It keeps coming out. It's difficult to understand. And when you get to a place where you can actually listen to your intuition and you can talk to your guides on demand. Now, I do that now. I'm in flow, baby. I ain't there 100%. Nobody is. But I would say the better part of my days, I spend more in flow than I do out of flow. And that's the truth. And if you would have saw me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, honey, I was all over the place. I couldn't sit still. I couldn't understand anything. I didn't know where I was going. I, I didn't know how to build myself up. I didn't know how to fix myself. And it's just been a process. It's been a long process. It seemed like it was a long process, but in all reality, it really hasn't taken me that long to get to this place. Now, I have been different for a very, very long time since I was way younger. Um, I didn't understand the things I was going through and I was experiencing. I do now. So there's things that I've been doing my entire life that I wasn't aware of, wasn't necessarily what everybody else does. Okay, we'll just put it to you that way. So as far as being the high priestess, yes, absolutely. Been there for a really, really long time. Let me tell you. Let me show you something. So if someone were to come up, and my kids will tell you this. I have 4 children, and every one of them will tell you. If somebody comes up and asks me a question, I give them an answer. My educated answer. I pull it out of thin air, to be honest with you. I probably have no knowledge on the subject. A lot of times, I don't. And somebody will come back to me and say, well, that really worked. How'd you know what to do? For a long time, I would stammer and I would stutter. I didn't know what to say. I finally picked up, I read it in a book somewhere. So it's funny when somebody comes up and they ask me a question and they're like, how do you know so much, or how do you know all this? I say, I read it in a book somewhere, and you will let one of my kids be standing around. They'll get this big old grin on their face and they'll just nod their head because they know exactly what it is. Now, mind you, my oldest is 25 and my youngest is 15. So, yeah, we've been doing this for quite a while. I've been able to tap into that energy for a really long time. I just needed some other things, learn how to integrate the shadow. I've been working with shadow energies for a really long time. And we're on first name basis. A lot of my guides that work in the shadow, and I have a lot of guides that work in the light. I am a light being. I am an earth angel, and I am here to help others along their way. But that doesn't mean that, how else am I going to know what's coming your way of dark if I don't have some of those in that area that can give me the DL? You know what I mean? Come on. Let's think about this logically. Alright, babes. So as you can see, it all boils down to listening. And if you don't want to listen to yourself, it's easier for you at this point, and it is. At first, it's easier to listen to a high priestess in your energy, in your environment, someone that you can trust. Okay, sometimes to understand what it is your intuition's telling you, to give you that reassurance. That is okay. But don't get too comfortable doing that. Okay, it's very important that you get to a place that, sure, right now you need a little bit of confirmation. That's fine, but don't spend a whole lot of time. Once you get enough confirmation that you are understanding what your intuition is saying, quit listening to other people and listen to your own intuition. Don't listen to anybody else. Okay? Alright, babes. I do hope this helps. And until we meet again, doo-doo-doo-doo-doos.